Hi there, guys. So exciting stuff today. We get a first look at new content for the Alien RPG second edition. So we've got a couple of maps to look at. We've got more kind of high-res images that are coming out for the book. Some of them you may have seen in trailers and that kind of thing in the past, but we'll have a look at them all today anyway. There's not a huge amount of information being released at this stage. This is all coming from their early release press pack, but there will obviously be a lot more as we get into it. So this goes to Kickstarter very soon, I think at some point in October. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing we've got, we'll look at one of the maps. This map is for the USCSS Fidanza M-class commercial towing vessel. So there's 2 decks on here. There are lots of rooms, but they're not all named. The A deck, which is the smaller of the 2, has the bridge. It has the area for Mother, and there's just another couple of named areas: the hypersleep compartment and the infirmary. But there are lots of interconnecting rooms, and as we can see, as you know, true to the Alien fashion, there are lots and lots of air ducts for you or something else to travel through. The B deck is a lot larger and it's got a lot more named rooms. So it's got rooms like communications, the airlock, the antechamber, lockers and bunks, electrical engineering, engineering control, and the buggy bay. But again, it's all fully covered with those kind of air shafts and that kind of thing. Very, very cool. We can see on all of these areas, except for a few, like the Mother console room, there's multiple entrances and exits to most rooms. You're not going to get cornered in most of these places by xenomorphs. There's only a few areas that you are truly going to get caught up in. But yeah, I love it. I love the new style as well. So I'm a big fan of the maps from the first edition Alien RPG, and I don't know if this makes sense. I see first edition. So based on what I've seen so far, just from these maps, I've seen from first edition. I consider it to be, from the map perspective, it's a retro vision of the future, a 70s vision of the future, which is fantastic. I love that because it ties in so well to the original movie. What I can see here is just a little progression on that. So a kind of 80s/90s vision of the future. These maps are obviously full color. They're more detailed than the ones were from first edition. So yeah, a nice little progression. I like the way that it has kind of, at least for these images, it's tonally moved in a slightly different direction from the first edition. Something I've been harping on at with my group and online and that kind of thing. Don't get rid of your first edition stuff. Keep it, because it's all compatible with second edition anyway. So you're going to be able to use that stuff even with the new content that we're getting. So don't get rid of it. I've seen on various Facebook groups people selling their collections and all that kind of stuff because they're going to jump in on this. You don't have to do that. You can keep it and you can run both sets. Okay. So our other map is the Jeremiah 6 mining colony. Yeah, got my Roman numerals mixed up. This for me is even better. It's a larger map, it's a much larger map. In fact, yeah, it's important. I need to talk to you about the scale on the maps, and then we'll get back to this one in a minute. The scale on the map it's 34 inches. So the size of the map is 34 by 22 inches. That is specifically to fit in line with the range of miniatures that they are releasing for this game. So it's that size for a reason. So when you look between these two maps, although I say this one is much bigger, it's roughly the same size as both of these decks, if you know what I mean. But it's obviously a larger flat area. I think it is actually a little bit, if you consider some of the lost space and kind of gaps here, There's less of that in Jeremiah 6. But there's much more kind of named locations in terms of rooms. They're almost all got actual names on them. And yeah, it just looks like a real funky place to get on and play our games. So I really love the look of both maps. I wish they'd released 20 of them. You know, I think it's brilliant. Right, so that's the maps themselves. I'm going to read you some of the text actually from the email they sent. These detailed 4-color maps will be in format 864 by 558 millimeters. That's 34 by 22 inches. They're designed to scale for the new RPG miniatures that are also part of the upcoming Kickstarter, as well as the updated stealth mode in the updated game rules. Using these maps, the miniatures, and the updated rules, Alien RPG 2nd Edition will even be played as a miniatures skirmish game. It blows my mind. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love playing my RPGs as a dude on the map, and throwing a little bit of skirmish as well. Mwah! Fantastic. So I love it. Let's have a look at the high-res images that have come out as well. So I'm assuming some of you will have seen this one. You will have seen more, if not all of them. But let's go through them anyway. So this is the cantina. Smashed to bits, very retro futuristic. Love it. Lots of blood and that kind of thing. So very, very cool. Next up, we have the Xenomorph itself. I'm sure you would have seen this this image. It's on the trailer, which was released a little while ago. I like the look of the Xenomorph. Maybe this ridge here is a little too large. I say too large. Who the hell am I to say? But it looks amazing. It does look different to your standard Xenomorph for me. Obviously, we know what it is. It does look differently. The thing with Xenomorphs for me that I remember right from the very first movie is their hands. So basically, their hand looks like this. These two are webbed together. It looks different from here. I can't quite make it out. It's cool as hell anyway. Absolutely love it. Okay, next up, this is the engineer cave. So we've got two kind of obelisk style heads hewn out of the rock. We also have some Xenomorph eggs in there as well. Next one are the APE suit commandos. So the APE commandos, if you remember from the end of Alien 3, when they kind of tried to come and capture Ripley at the end of Alien 3, some of the guys wearing those type of suits, those are the APE suits. So what is the suits kind of tie into the mythology of the franchise in that the face is protected, so you can't, face huggers can't get you. And generally, they are, I've read somewhere that they are kind of more in line to be able to physically handle the Xenomorphs, which is crazy to me. I can't imagine any good reason why you would do it. But these are the APE suit commandos, and they look cool as hell. Next up, this is just called the approach. So this will be at the beginning of your scenario, getting ready to land. And then this is the refinery, which will almost certainly be our Jeremiah 6 mining colony. I don't know if there will be more maps. It's kind of as you go up this tower, or if you will be able to go up this tower at all in our RPG. But yeah, I love it all. It all looks fantastic. So I'll be back with more content as it gets released. The latest that will be is the day it launches, because I'll be reacting to the Kickstarter itself and any new information that we find there. But for right now, I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. So yeah, roll on Alien RPG 2nd Edition. So if you're interested in seeing all that kind of stuff and catching up with my other content, make sure you drop a subscribe, and I'll see you all really soon.